My new matte fenders from Flowcarbon just arrived, and I wanted to show you guys the set I specifically bought for my RX. I waited a few months for these to come in because they're pretty much always on back order. And so everything came shipped in this box, and all the pieces are packaged in these poly bags with the branding up at the top. As the name implies, these parts are all carbon fiber, so they get pretty pricey. I didn't order every single part in the kit, but the parts that I did order were the rear fender, the front fender, the tire hugger, and the side plates, and everything I bought was in matte. The side plates are what I was originally interested in, and before I knew it, I had some other fenders in my cart. These ran me $546 US, so like I said, these are very pricey, and I actually bought them on sale. So aside from the parts that I bought, you can also get a splash guard, a front plate, fork guards, a swing arm guard, and a battery cover. And if you bought the entire kit, it would run you $1,137. So you can see why I didn't want to buy everything. Okay, so let's get into the install. So the first one we're going to install is the tire hugger, this one back here. These actually come with the hardware and everything, so I'll see if you want to use that or not. So here's a comparison of the two, original, new. They pretty much weigh exactly the same, so you're not going to see a big weight difference with these. Okay, next up we're going to do the rear. This one actually has some 3M tape, I'm assuming for the light. It's pretty tucked under here right now, and I think it's going to be out a little bit. All right, so I also unplugged the light back here, which I'm going to need to swap out. It looks like it's just connected with these little screws. Okay, so here's a comparison between the original and the new one. And the light went in here, which I've taken out if you're curious. This is what that looks like. It's screwed in here. But on this new one, it looks like we're just gonna use the 3M tape and it's gonna sit in there like this. All right, next piece, we have the side plates, which will just go on like this. Like that. Okay, so the plates were kind of a challenge. The other side went on very easily. Actually ended up doing that one first. The second one, I'm thinking this plate is a little bit misaligned with where the holes are drilled ever so slightly, which really made this challenging. We tried to put in this screw first. It really wasn't working, so we kind of flipped the order of it. And this screw seemed to go in fine. I think this hole is the one that is ever so slightly off. I ended up getting one of the screws that originally came with the Super73. They're a little bit shorter than the ones that Flowcarbon gave to go into this one. So unfortunately, this is the way it's gonna have to stay for now. It's actually a little bit stripped too, because this was just such a bitch to try to get in. So fair warning, if you try to install these plates, just know that you might have a little bit of alignment issues, and they're probably going to be difficult to get on. Okay, so the last piece we're going to put on is this front fender. Son of a bitch. All right, so we just got this one installed, and as you can see, it definitely clears this light very nicely. No issues there. They actually kind of built this up a little bit, which is kind of nice. So if any mud or water kind of comes in, you're sort of protected and it's not going to fly through. Okay, so now that everything is installed, let me give you my final thoughts. This mod is purely an aesthetic flex. There's really no spec upgrades that you'll get. The bike is not significantly lighter. So the pros would be that your bike looks pretty cool with this new mod, and the mod is pretty easy to install. So I do have a couple cons actually. Of course, one being the price. I think it's very expensive for just an aesthetic upgrade. In my opinion, you don't need the entire kit that Flowcarbon offers. I think that if you just get the few pieces that I got, those are the main pieces in the kit that change the appearance of the bike. I'm gonna link the ones that I got specifically in the description. Like I had mentioned earlier, the plate hole on the left side of the bike seemed to be a little bit misaligned. I think for as expensive as these are, that's kind of disappointing. I'm not sure if I just got a weird warped one or something. I'd be curious to know if anybody else who purchased these had that issue too. Another con about this is actually if you use this back handle to kind of move your bike around, now that this back fender is here, you actually can't grab it very nicely. You kind of have to grab it from the side. And lastly, last con, it's not really a big con, but this back fender significantly sticks out a lot more than the original one. So you're gonna have to be careful if you bring this bike into a building or you're regularly moving it around in a tight space. I live in New York City, so this bike is always going in and upstairs and weird places. So that's something that I'll be mindful of. That's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think I should mod next? Should I mod anything else next? And give me a like, subscribe, whatever. I'll see you in the next one.